Okay, so it looks like we're going to be out of the forest of magical LSD pretty soon. Now, if you look at the ending of the chapter, it didn't say One Piece will be on a break, but I'm assuming that's going to happen anyway, just because, like, Bleach is going to be on a break, which, by the way, caught me completely off guard. I'm like, what the I thought it was ending, but I guess it's not. I mean, we have to wait 2 weeks to read the ending. But the thing is, like, is everything in Shonen Jump, like, going on a break for a week? Because I didn't see a note by the end of the One Piece chapter. But you tell me, all right? Shonen Jump, get your shit together, man. Oh, and there's going to be, like, I read the Bleach chapter and said, like, next week or, like, the next chapter will have a super extra special announcement. Is the anime coming back? I mean, because that's the one thing that just came to mind. That being said, though, I wonder if Oda is going to be drawing, like, a special cover page. You know how he did for Naruto, just to say, farewell, Naruto, thank you for everything. I wonder if Oda's going to be doing that. Although I've heard rumors that, like, him and Kishimoto, Oda and Kishimoto are like this, and him and Kubo, not so much. But we'll see what happens. Oda's a cool guy. We start off with a color spread, which is crazy to me because we have had color spreads for days. I mean, they've been dishing out color spreads like crazy. Very, very nice quality art. So I wonder, like, okay, wow. I mean, that's cool, but it's like, I wonder how much work. I don't want to overwork Oda because he's doing too many color spreads. That being said, I thought this was cool. Like, they're eating ice cream. Straw Hats, some of them have even like a brain freeze going on. And I did think, though, that Nami's legs in that spread looked very thin for some reason. But yeah, moving on. See, a lot of people obviously had a problem with me, like, making a rant out of one of the previous chapters when it was just like the Straw Hats, like, walking around and running around in the woods. And they're like saying, people were saying, like, oh, you just hate the adventure chapters, like, but One Piece is an adventure story. I'm like, I don't hate adventure. I love adventure. I have a problem when it's just like adventure and we don't learn anything new and the plot doesn't get advanced. So I want you to take a moment and take that chapter and compare it to this chapter in terms of how different they are. Because in this chapter, we actually learn a lot of stuff that's new, and it also moves the plot forward because Chopper and Carrot get captured. Now, that being said, we also get confirmation on 3 things that, for the most part, were predictable, they were guessable. Like, you know, I've seen people talking about this, like, ever since these concepts were introduced. But it's nice to have this confirmation because you can't move forward if Oda doesn't confirm these things. So, number 1, we have confirmation on Madame Brulee's ability, which is the Mirror Mirror Fruit. We saw that. We saw how she trapped Carrot. It also allows her to reflect the opponent's attacks onto her enemies or opponents. And this is a very, very big reference to Alice in Wonderland Through the Looking Glass in terms of how she trapped Carrot in that mirror. The second thing is we get confirmation on Big Mom's ability, which is the Soul Fruit. Again, like, people have been speculating, myself included, that Big Mom had some ability that allowed for the manipulation of life to give inanimate objects life. Now we know what's going on there. They have, like, these. Actually, this also explains that those black blobs that we saw a couple of chapters ago. So I thought that was great. Basically, these are the incarnations. They collect people's lifespan. Every 6 months, the residents of Whole Cake Island are asked whether they want to leave or they want to give a little bit of their life away. And so I'm guessing this is the reason. By the end of this chapter, we also get confirmation about something that people have been speculating for years now, which is that Lola is in fact Big Mom's daughter, and that she ran away. That's very important. She ran away. So I'm thinking if somebody like Lola could run away, I'm pretty sure, like, it would have been no problem for Bonnie. So I'm pretty sure those 2 daughters ran away. And also, if you look at these blobs, I only counted 3 of them. So I'm guessing what happened is, like, you know, Big Mom separated her soul into 3 parts, but with hers, it would be 4 parts. So I'm guessing that at this point, Big Mom is technically immortal, because there's some Voldemort Horcrux type of deal going on here. Unless you destroy those blobs, you're not beating Big Mom at all, because she can just, you know, I'm assuming that's part of her soul that can just go into something else and come back. She's technically a witch, right? Because she was able to perfect the dark arts in order to divide her soul into 3 parts. Now, something that we don't know, because this was stated by Lola's father in this chapter, is the fact that once these little blobs, like, sprinkle these little, like, bits of soul or lifespan around the island. By the way, I love how, like, these creatures, like, once they become alive, they're called the homies, you know? Big Mom's homies. The homies are gangster as fuck, all right? Yo, you don't want to mess with Big Mom's turf, because once you do, those homies come in spraying. All right, I was half expecting these trees to start pulling out AK-47s on Chopper. Now we did learn from Lola, Lola's dad that these sprinkled out souls, you know, the little bits of lifespan, they can't go in you, they can't interact with you if you're a human. However, this does not answer the question of how would that work with characters like Chopper and Carrot. One's a mink, the other one, I mean, Chopper's an animal that ate the human fruit, so how would that work out? You know, it's a very weird thing. I want to know if they're going to be affected by it, just like the trees and some of the other animals that we saw. Big Mom is also on top of that hit it and quit it business like no other. Her sex drive is off the charts, all right? This bitch is crazy. Like, she marries somebody, and then the next morning she dumps them. Just straight up, get the fuck out of my bed. All right, so Lola's dad is also the father of Chiffon. Is it Chiffon or Chiffon? Whatever. The woman who's married to Capone that we saw in the previous chapter, who is now a mother to that prepubescent little baby. And honestly, these two daughters could be identical twins at this point because they look so much alike. But what this is going to do for story purposes is that it allows Nami to realize, holy shit, Lola gave me that Viv card a long time ago in Thriller Bark that points to Big Mom. Although if she ran away, I'm not really sure why Lola would give her that, hey, my mom. It's like, are you even like in good terms with your mom? Because it says here that you ran away. That being said, what's going to happen is that Nami's going to realize, oh shit, like I have that Viv card, let me just take it out of my boobs, because that's where she stores everything, like her climb attack, which by the way, I thought it was really cool that she was able to defend herself against Brule. I thought that was nice. She's not always the damsel in distress character. So Nami can definitely use the Viv card to help Luffy and navigate their way to Big Mom, although technically speaking, I'm pretty sure that Big Mom would know if they're approaching, just because it's been well established that Big Mom knows everything that goes on around her. That being said, the character traits, like specifically Big Mom's power, the Soul Fruit, is reminding me more and more of like what Moria's ability could do. It's very similar, except Moria is with shadows and Big Mom, it's with soul. So it's a little bit, I mean, your soul is more important than your shadow, I would think. So it's a little bit more deadly in that regard and a little bit more overpowered. Actually, way fucking more overpowered. I'm still getting that Thriller Bark feel, especially because, you know, Chopper and Carrot get captured, and in Thriller Bark, like, who got captured? Sanji got captured, I remember him. His shadow got transferred into a fucking, like, penguin zombie, which may explain the penguins in the cover page, I don't know. Another thing, though, is that now it's personal, right? Like, Luffy's not gonna back down, because, I mean, she took Chopper, Sanji, 2 main Straw Hats, plus Carrot, plus, I don't know what she did to Jinbei. Oh, and then Peckham's got shot, which, you know, he's not technically a Straw Hat, but I think Luffy kind of likes him because he thinks he's funny because of his eyes and shit. So this is just build up, I think, to get Luffy more and more pissed off at Big Mom. And then by the end of the chapter, this guy called Cracker shows up to reprimand, and I think he's just thinking about killing Lola's dad for opening his mouth way too much and telling strangers about what happened, and, you know, a lot more intel about Whole Cake Island that they deserve. So, if you notice, though, his title is one of the 3 sweet commanders. So just like Kaido has his 3 calamities, I'm guessing Big Mom has her 3 sweet commanders. And I'm guessing that a second one is going to be Bobbin. Boing, boing. So, because I think they're dressed similar, both Bobbin and this guy Cracker, they have the same type of body type, the same type of design almost. They both have swords. And so, yeah, this guy, Cracker, is the Minister of Biscuits. I want to find out what Bobbin is the Minister of. And Luffy may fight him, and if that happens, it'll be kind of cool, because we get like a power scaling in terms of like, okay, so this is one of the commanders. How close is Luffy to him in terms of power and strength? And, you know, hopefully it won't take up that much time, but we'll see. Because I just really want to get to the Vinsmokes and Big Mom, specifically what happened to Jinbei. That's the stuff that I really want to see. It sucks that Carrot got captured in this chapter. It was like, oh, because, you know, I'm liking Carrot more and more. Like, she's really growing on me, like a lot. So the fact that she got captured the way that she did, I thought Brulee's ability was really cool, but I think that had it been like a one-on-one, like a combat fight, like fisticuffs, I think Carrot has her beat. I really do. I think she only got captured because of the ability. There was a lot of really good humor in this chapter, like with the apple juice. But the part that really cracked me up was when like Luffy's like, hey, Nami, so you really weren't multiplying yourself just to be funny. And then Nami's like, that's physically impossible, you idiot. That cracked me up. That was so fucking funny. The fact that Luffy thinks that Nami has that ability, I guess she does with the climate attack a little bit, but even then, like, how long have you known each other? Like, that's fucking retarded. So yeah, I thought this chapter was good. Thank you so much for watching. Like the video if you did. I appreciate that. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And comment down below with your thoughts and theories. Thanks, guys. Bye.